Stand by. Ready. Ready to open. And open rolls.
From KTIV, Siouxland's news channel, this is News 4 at 6.
Good evening and welcome to News 4 at 6. I'm Jennifer Lenzini. Friday, KTIV partnered with LifeServe for Blood Donor Day, and the number of registered donors left volunteers feeling very thankful. There is always a need for blood, but during the summertime, that need gets even higher. So from 11 in the morning to 7 last night, volunteers headed to the Southern Hills Mall to give the gift of life. The preliminary results for this year's Donor Day are 132 registered donors with 25 first-time donors. That totals 126 units of blood donated and local lives saved. Today's results are the final results, and they are tabulated in their lab. Iowa's two-day tax-free holiday ends today. If you're buying clothes or shoes for back to school, you can save yourself a bit of money this weekend. For nearly 2 decades, Iowans have taken advantage of the discount weekend known as the sales tax holiday. For example, the sale of an article of clothing or footwear that's less than $100 would qualify during the tax holidays. You wouldn't have to pay taxes. However, some things that aren't considered typical everyday wear will still have the sales tax. So, things such as jewelry and sports cleats aren't exempt from the holiday sale. Another common misconception is that school supplies such as backpacks are included on the exemption list. However, they do not qualify. For more details about the Iowa tax-free holiday, you can visit this story at KTIV.com.
And 4's up.
The so-called grandson scam is again making the rounds. According to our news partner KUOO, officials in Osceola County say an elderly Sibley couple recently fell victim to it after getting a call from someone stating that their grandson had been arrested and was in federal prison in Wyoming. They were then told to send $10,000 to another state to bail him out. The caller also provided the names of law enforcement and court officials to convince the couple that he was telling the truth. Authorities again remind everyone to not give any private information over the phone or internet, and to contact law enforcement if you receive any suspicious phone calls.
And 2's up.
South Dakota's Highway Patrol reminds those attending this year's Sturgis motorcycle rally not to forget about traffic safety. The 79th Sturgis motorcycle rally began Friday and runs through Sunday, August 12th. That means more motorists driving different kinds of vehicles, traveling not just through the Black Hills, but throughout South Dakota. As of Friday, August 2nd, there has been 5 motorcycle fatalities in South Dakota this year, down from 9 last year at the same time. For a full list of safety tips, head over to our website, KTIV.com.
And next 4 rolls. What's up?
Most of us in Siouxland got some nice summer weather today, but portions of the west have been seeing isolated showers and even thunderstorms. Will that be the case tomorrow? Here with our answer, meteorologist Leslie London. Leslie?
Well, it's looking like we might see those showers continue on into tonight, but tomorrow's looking to be a pretty good Sunday for pretty much everyone. That's good news. As for today, though, out west, certain areas, we're seeing a bit of a different scene than the rest of us. So we actually saw some thunderstorms over there as well and some showers. Now here's our Niobrara State Park Skycam, and they saw a little bit of rain today, but as you can see now, they're just kind of seeing some cloudier skies. And over on our Sugar Plum Oaks Skycam out in Northfield, well, they actually got a little bit of rain as well, because these are more of the cameras out west for us. And you can also see there's a little bit of a breeze blowing through right now, and that is the case for most of us. You can see it's not too bad, but we've got some 10-mile-per-hour winds coming in from the southeast here in Sioux City, 9 miles per hour. It is 12 miles per hour over in Wayne. Temperatures, though, not bad. Still a pretty nice day. You can see here that some of us are in the 80s. Some of us are still kind of getting up there. It's 79 degrees in Storm Lake, 78 degrees in Estherville, and those dew points, not too bad either. So we're seeing lots of 60s across the board, so it's feeling decently comfortable. But I'll talk more on what you can expect coming into tomorrow in my full forecast.
All right, thank you, Leslie.
And 2's up.
The Salvation Army and Walmart are combining their efforts to help underprivileged kids get ready for back to school.
And C's
Today,
up.
as you entered any Walmart, it is likely there were volunteers handing out leaflets. These papers contain lists of school supplies that will be used to fill backpacks. Customers are asked to purchase a few of the supplies and donate them to Stuff the Bus program. Once the backpacks are filled, they will be
Ready,
distributed to families that income qualify with a social worker at the Salvation Army. The generosity of Siouxlanders was greater than organizers anticipated.
And A's up for side.
We had a goal of 50. This was our first year doing this. And just at this Walmart location alone, we've surpassed that because of the goodness of this community. And so we will be able to give out more. I'm looking at about 150 to 200 backpacks will go out this year.
The Stuff the Bus campaign is a national
Ready,
effort
camera two.
between the Salvation Army and Walmart. Locally, they were joined by the Woodbury County Sheriff's Department and Sioux City Fire Rescue to gather the supplies.
And two's up.
The Iowa State Board of Education says, buckle up. New school buses purchased by Iowa school districts or state-accredited private schools must have seat belts. The new rules will go to the legislature's Administrative Rules Committee for a final vote. If passed, Iowa would join 5 other states in requiring new school buses to be outfitted with seat belts, just like your car. The rule change would go into effect in October if passed. On average, one new bus costs a school district upwards of $90,000 to $100,000. Seatbelts add about $8,000 to that total cost. Some Iowa counties have the money to cover the expense, but that means money lost that can't be put to use elsewhere.
And C's up for side.
It's not going to something else. It's not buying laptops or computers. It's not putting furniture in classrooms or fixing buildings.
Thank you.
The superintendent says he understands what the Board of Education is trying to do, but worries it will have a negative impact on how long students are on a bus. Laws govern
Take
how
two.
long a student can be on a bus, and he says the time for a driver to check seatbelts could make both requirements a challenge to meet. And according to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration,
We'll be going
your
to
child
three
is
next.
actually more likely to make it to school unharmed on a school bus than in your personal car.
Yeah.
The Sioux
Three's
City
up.
Community School District increases use of
going to
technology
A,
in the
yeah.
classroom. The U.S. Department of Education has designated the Sioux City Community Schools a future-ready district.
And A's up.
Friday, Sioux City teachers showcased their hard work at the Educational Service Center.
Oh my God,
The
two.
teachers teamed up this summer to transform classrooms into future-ready units. The program will provide learning opportunities and ensure teachers are ready to utilize and benefit from technology. Incorporating technology in the classroom improves student engagement and creates active learners. Over 100 teachers have been involved in the Future Ready program in the last
Two.
3 years.
And two's up.
Iowans suffering from
We're going to
chronic
B
pain
for
are one
package.
step closer to receiving medical cannabis as treatment. The Iowa Medical Cannabidiol Board met Friday for the first time since Governor Kim Reynolds vetoed legislation that would expand the program. Board members voted to let patients suffering from chronic pain qualify for
Ready,
the
B?
state's medical cannabis program.
And B's up for pack.
I tried CBD for the first time, and within a week or two, I felt like I had my life back. I felt normal again. It was unbelievable.
Heather Rice, a former police officer, drove from Cedar Falls with the hope his success with CBD would sway this group, the Iowa Medical Cannabidiol Board, to vote to make PTSD a qualifying condition for Iowans to legally be treated through the state's medical cannabis program.
Now, as a police officer, I arrested people carrying marijuana, and ultimately they were put in prison for marijuana.
Dr. Schreck?
The board voted to wait to make a decision until November, citing the lack of long-term medical studies.
Medical literature is not there.
In the end, they allowed chronic pain to be added to the qualifying conditions, denying anxiety disorder, OCD, schizophrenia, and opioid dependency.
The motion is to approve chronic pain only as a new condition.
From here, the decision will go to the state medical board for approval. If they approve, then Iowa patients suffering from chronic pain will get access to the state program.
There are randomized, double-blind, placebo-controlled studies.
Representatives from MedPharm and others argue the medical evidence already exists to expand the program beyond chronic pain. Former Officer Rice said the mere fact he stood before them is proof of the long-term benefits.
The long-term effect for me will be, I will be here for my kids, and I will get to walk my 5 daughters down the aisle.
And bumps up.
We're going to head to break, but when we come back, Burger King will add a plant-based burger to the menu after Dunkin' Donuts and other popular food chains join the new popular trend. Details on the other side of the break.
And X4 rolls, break rules.